Howdy, everyone. No, let's start over. Howdy, everyone. So my new single, Black Coffee, is out now. Please go stream it, add it to playlists, save it, share it, everything. It's my favorite song I've ever made, all that jazz. I really appreciate the support. It's honestly my best song.
It is.
So do all that, and now into the pod. Howdy, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I, as always, am your host, your future favorite pop star, Landyn Zane.
And I am the other host, Sebastian Miquilarena. Great actor. What'd you do?
What's new? Oh, hold on. We're cutting back in and out. Okay, we're back. What's new? What do you want to do? We know enough of what we're going to talk about. Do you want to do...
Well,
let's get this out of the way. Last episode was about... I feel like I talked a lot about myself last episode, honestly. So I'll give you an update.
we both have lives to talk about, so that's fair.
So I felt like the last episode was a lot about me, so I'll give a quick update and then we can move on. Sorry, I'm doing...
Can I have some of your water?
Yeah. So Black Coffee came out. Last episode we recorded, it wasn't out. It wasn't out. But I don't know. Life ain't good now. Right now.
I don't know, man. I've gotten 6 gold guns so far in Black Ops 6. I'm doing pretty fucking fire so far.
How long has that been out?
Haven't touched grass in about a few days.
How long has that been out?
Since the 25th of October. I don't know how long that's been.
2 weeks? Yeah.
Probably. But yeah, I played the shit out of it before I left. I played a bunch of zombies, which has been really fun, actually. I hated Cold War. I really did not like Cold War zombies at all. I didn't really like Cold Wars. Other than the campaign, didn't really care for it.
I haven't played Call of Duty in, honest to God, probably 10 years.
That's fair. But it was just disappointing because the greatest games were like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, which would have been when you were playing them, too.
Oh, yeah.
And those were like the greatest zombies.
Black Ops 2 was the best.
Black Ops 3, great zombies. Black Ops 4, very mixed opinions. I thought it was a great finale to the zombies. Cold War was starting something new. I didn't really like it. This zombies... You can change your HUD now, so you can take away all the disgusting metals that look like it's Warzone and all that. So, like, it honestly kind of feels like classic zombies again, which is a lot of fun. But I played all that before leaving, and then I'm about to get into that crazy fucking story about Spirit Airlines and all that. But
we'll get into that.
But yeah,
I'll get my updates out of the way. Somebody's got to be interested.
What?
About everything I was talking about last episode. So last episode was like, I'm down on my luck, that type of thing.
Yeah. Still down on
your
luck.
Still down. It's gotten worse, actually. Have you ever had heart palpitations before?
I think.
So it's like when your heart skips.
Yeah, but like, have you? What has it felt like for you? Because that's what I'm saying.
I've had them before.
What does it feel like for you? Like,
it's like when your heart skips. It's like.
Well, what's that feeling?
What do you mean? What's that?
Like,
feeling?
I don't know.
It feels like your heart skips. It literally is like
describing that's what it is does not help me on what that specific thing feels like, because I think I felt it, and if you tell me how you feel when it happened, maybe that can confirm if truly I have, or if I was just tripping.
Have you ever had your car backfire or like?
Yeah, and it's like
it's like that.
I don't think I've had that then.
It like when they're bad. I mean, there's obviously certain levels of them, but it literally is like your heart will like. Boom, boom, like the steady, and it will just and it will stop, and then it will keep going. Not like your heart stops.
Yeah.
But like it's like it like breaks the rhythm up, and it will just like do it like extra. You would know, but one of the hallmarks of when my anxiety is at its peak, that's the second level of it. Is like I'll start having heart palpitations.
Damn.
I've had them for the past 2 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Last step is severe panic attacks, and I'm getting there.
Had a few of those. Recently,
actually. I've had many in my day. Yeah, they're not pleasant, but
I had one at work almost like a week and a half ago. I don't know if it was almost a panic attack, but it was an anxiety
They're
attack.
terrible.
For sure.
When I worked at Cut, I don't know if I've ever.
Oh my god, that place is just
talked about this.
anxiety.
When I
place was
when I
just-
first moved to Texas, I had them.
You live in Texas?
You're an idiot. When I first moved to Texas, I had them.
It's not like I met you there.
I
but
had
yeah.
I had at least one a day for like the first at least month I lived there. And I remember one vividly of working at Cut, and we were fucking busy, and Annika was like, I need you to do this. I literally went up to Annika, was like, I have to go to the bathroom. I was like, because I literally, like, I didn't know what to do, so I was like, I have to go sit in the bathroom and freak out. Because, like, I'm having a full-blown panic attack. It was like, I need to get off the floor.
Dude, I had one like that. It was when I'm not going to say her name, but it was when I came back, and I was only working during Christmas break. And it was when you were visiting, and when you guys watched
The Whale.
The Whale.
We talked about that, yeah.
The girlfriend I had at the time was not talking to me.
I know.
Was not talking to me very often. Was not texting me as often as usual, and was just completely, because the first 3 days of me being out in Texas was fine. FaceTiming, talking like
Nothing,
normal.
yeah.
Then it was literally just complete ghosting for like a week, and I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm asking her best friend. I'm like, "Have you heard from her?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, then it's something."
That was the
going
one
on.
that lived here, right?
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
from my school.
Yeah, okay. I know who you're talking about, yeah.
And I lost my train of thought. But yeah, and she was essentially breaking up with me over text.
And then when you got back, yeah.
And then when I got back, it was like a definite.
Did you have one at Cut?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was finally like
place.
I hadn't heard from her in days. And I'm working one day at Cut, and I remember I was in Alcove 5.
That fucking
I was in Alcove 5 just chilling.
hell on earth.
Finally get a text from her out of the blue. It's random, like fucking 2 in the afternoon. I don't know. And I'm like, oh fuck, okay. So I'm like, I don't care if I have fucking buttons. I was like, I finally heard from her.
Finally.
And she's basically saying,
We're done.
no, she was like saying like, hi, sorry I haven't texted in a while. I've just been thinking about it a lot. And I was like, oh fuck no. And she was like, can we call later? And I'm like, oh fuck no.
You're like, yes, how can I?
So
how can help
I
you?
basically, like, I get that text, and then she keeps texting with like, but how was your, because she finally responded to something that I asked her like 5 days prior.
She's like, how you doing?
No, literally, she did that. She like had finally responded to something I asked her about like a week or like 5 days prior. And it's like, but how did this go, by the way? And I'm just like, what the fuck? How are you going to drop this on me? Essentially say you're breaking up with me and then ask about my day from 5 days ago. But anyways,
Yeah,
but yeah, so
you freak out.
yeah, I was freaking the fuck out, and I talked to Annika too, actually, and I was like, so hey, because I had been telling her and Tony about the situation.
Yeah.
Because I had been really anxious, and they were like, why are you so like jumpy all these days now? Because it had been like a week straight that I was just every single day like anxiety ridden, and she was like, what is going on with you? You're never like this. And I basically explained my situation to both of them in the kitchen. And then when I got the text, I was like, guys, she finally texted me, and they're like, go take a 10, go take a
Yay!
15. And I literally went up, started freaking out there. I didn't want to be there. So then I was like, can I
break
go
room?
to the break room? And I
Okay.
was like, this is too much. There was like 10 people in there.
Like a Saturday?
It was Saturday,
Yeah,
and
they
there was a bunch
fucking
of people on
cram
break,
people in
and then
there.
a bunch of the kitchen people were getting there and putting their stuff in
Yeah.
the locker. So there was so many people, and I was like, I can't freak out in here.
Yeah.
So I went back to Annika, and I was like, can I go to one of the event rooms? Are they not being used right now? She's like, yeah, the main one. Like, it's not being used. So I
Yeah.
go in there, close the doors. I start crying. I'm freaking out. I'm like, I don't even know how to respond to her
Yeah.
because I want to respond like I'm okay. Like,
I'm good.
like, yeah, this is going on. But I'm like, you're basically telling me you're breaking up with me.
Yeah. That's good. I'm doing it. I'm having fun. Like, yeah. I'm doing it.
But yeah.
So good.
Wait, that was my experience of having that.
Yeah.
That freak out. Because
Yeah.
I cried for like 5 minutes. Then I finally responded like, yeah, we can call later. I get off at this time. Fine. And honestly, the conversation afterwards wasn't even like a breakup. It was her saying like, it was even more fucked up
It's
than
coming.
one. It was basically like, I think I might be, but I'm not completely sure right now.
I'm aiming. I ain't
and I was
pulling the
like,
trigger.
oh, great.
Yeah.
So then it just got
Fuck
worse.
me.
But no hate or anything because we talked about it and
Obviously.
it was
But
fixed. But I think some of that shit is so fucking funny because of how fucked up it was.
you walk out, you're still crying. You're like, oh, I get Skittles.
But yeah,
so
no, I
good.
had to go back because it'd been like
You want
almost
butter on your popcorn?
it had been like almost 20 minutes at that point, and I was like, all right, I've been out on the 10 for 20. So I come back like
That was your move, though. If you got a 15, you were taking a half hour. And if you got a half hour, you were taking 40 minutes.
Everyone did that.
I did it.
Of course I started doing that.
I was a good employee.
Shut the fuck up.
That's why I was the best server there.
Aiden was the best server there.
He was up there. I was the best.
I think Noah, if he would have been a server,
He was a
would have been the
manager.
best. I know, but I think if he was a server, he would have been the best.
Yeah, tough shit.
No, I just remember all the
It
times.
fits in this situation, too.
I
It's
just
like,
remember
oh,
all the times that he would curse. Perfectly fine. And
Who?
then Noah.
No.
And then the moment that I curse, Campbell just out of nowhere. Watch your language, and then Miles too. We just pop out at the most random times. Watch your language. We don't drop f-bombs.
That was-
I'm like, bro, come on.
that was my favorite part of working at Cut. And as like someone who's worked in a lot of service jobs, my goal is always be the best employee, not only that works there, but that has likely ever worked there. Because then when I start pulling shit, they're like, well, he's the best one we've got. We have to let him get away with that. And that was my move. I fucking ran Cut by the end of it. I was dropping fucks and shits and dicks left and right. And they were just like, and especially at the end, they knew I was about to quit. So they were just like, we just got to let it go. It was the best. And they also knew like I didn't break any rules unless it was like they were dumb and swearing. But like I would literally be like, and even Campbell, there was a few times Campbell was like, this is how we do it. I was like, yeah, that's not how I do things.
This is how we do it.
Yeah, there was a few times he was literally like, so this is the new way we do this now. And I would literally be like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Water just came on me.
You can't whisper and say just came on me.
So the water just did.
Jesus Christ.
All over my lips.
Cut that
out.
I'm not cutting anything out. That's staying in. So yeah.
Oh no.
My anxiety is the worst it's been in probably since I moved back to Iowa, like middle of last year. I am.
Don't know why you would do that, but yeah.
What?
Never go back to Iowa.
I am at a point.
I'm so sorry for you.
Jesus. That, like, luckily things are the issue right now is every aspect of I'm very good at compartmentalizing. You know what that is?
Try to say that again one more time.
Compartmentalizing.
Compartmentalizing.
I said that.
Okay.
You know what that is, though? Like, I'm very good at being like, I'm doing this right now. These things I have to not focus on. Mm-hmm. So I've always been very good at that. Of like, I'm working right now. This is not an issue. But the issue now is literally every single thing is going wrong in every area. So there's not one I can work on that's going well. Luckily, enough is starting to shake out. Like, the money thing is a big issue. Big issue right now.
Everybody. So you're not alone in that.
But that is starting to work itself out enough that hopefully in the future, like in the next few weeks, that will be enough where I can be like, where my anxiety will lessen a little bit. But the way I'm going right now, dude, like, it's not good. Like, genuinely not good. So, if this keeps up, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. But I think I'll be okay. Because, yeah, we won't get into details. But hopefully black coffee starts blowing up too.
Stream black coffee.
I just winked with two eyes. No, I winked with two eyes at the same time.
I struggled.
I literally went.
Yeah, I went and then I'm never doing it again. But yeah, I struggled doing that.
Yeah, I'm handling it. But this is the most. I talked about this in therapy. Maybe we mentioned this.
I haven't talked to my therapist
previously.
In a few weeks.
We talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but I am this is the most disheartened I've been living in LA. Is the past month. Like the most I've been like I could just move home is right now.
Damn,
it's bad.
I have never wanted to move less than right now. Just because of recent events.
Yeah, but
cut a job, guys.
We'll
get to that in a second.
Yeah. The closest I've been to like genuinely just like why am I even doing this? I should just move home is about right now. And
that's where you should be most motivated to keep going.
Aware. That's like
when you're at your deepest point. push through.
If you're about to quote fucking Matthew McConaughey from Sing, kick
I've never
rocks.
seen Sing.
Oh, you've never seen where he's like, what does he say?
You can say it.
When you're at rock bottom, the only way to go is up, or some fucking shit.
I was just gonna say
You were
words
gonna give me
of wisdom.
motivational shit, but I'm aware.
My apologies.
No, I get it. Shut up. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, the thing is, enough of it will work itself out that I'll probably be fine. Yeah, I'm fully aware. These are the I was thinking about it on the drive here of like the last thing I want to do right now, because literally I just want to be like, just sit and fucking rot. Like the
Can't let yourself rot. It's dangerous to get in the rot.
The thing that is most important that I do, which is like go even harder. Like, this is the good thing is I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm like, if this isn't gonna work, I'm just gonna like fuck it. I'm just gonna do whatever I want. Of like, if it doesn't matter either way, and it just nothing happens.
It never does. Nothing ever matters. Just do what you want.
Like, for me, like realistically, at this rate, if nothing gets better, I have until the beginning of next year, and then I'll be out.
Brother, wait till at least the end of 25. Holy fuck.
Another year?
Bro, give
No,
yourself a year at a time.
If
Don't
if my anxiety stays at this level, I've got months at most. And most of that is very likely because I'm going home for the holidays. But I very likely won't stay at this level because this usually only lasts a few weeks, whenever my anxiety's been this bad. But
mine lasted a few days, so this too shall pass, man. That was Tom Hanks.
That's George Harrison, idiot.
But I remembered from the Tom Hanks video.
Oh, wait, no,
I know
that's
he
all
quoted
things,
someone else.
All things must pass.
I don't know who the actual person is, but I was just saying I heard it from the.
It's not
Tom
George. I said it
Hanks.
wrong. It's not George Harrison. But
Anyways,
this too shall pass is an old. I think it's like Confucius or fucking some old philosopher.
I don't know.
But
I just know it from Tom Hanks.
I don't know. I'll probably be fine. But also is like I'm getting to the point where I'm like genuinely like if nothing happens in music and none of it matters, why don't I just like do what I want anyways? So we'll see how it shakes out. Your life's going great. How are you doing?
I wouldn't say great, but I would say no.
Better than you.
I guess you're right. It's going great.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the job, Cricket Wireless. Not that I got a job at Cricket Wireless, but I booked a commercial for them, and it's a national commercial, so it's not just going to be in Texas. So
Is it really national?
Yeah.
That's
everyone's
cool.
going to be able to see it. I'm going to be seeing it probably playing on the Topgolf screen, and
That's
I mean
cool.
it'll be fun because I missed it. when it was at Cut and I'd see it on the big screen while I was serving.
that was
like
cool.
that was a great
That
feeling.
was pretty fucking cool.
It was cool and it was a great feeling, and I just can't wait for that to happen again.
When does it come out?
I don't know when it airs, but it's going to air for 7 weeks. So
That's pretty good.
yeah.
Did they give you any time period of like next month,
I'd say probably within.
Is it a holiday
within
commercial?
the month? No, it wasn't. So I'd say within the month or after.
Damn.
But
pretty dope.
All I know is it's 7 weeks, so it'll be on the air for quite a bit, which is cool. Unfortunately, I don't get residuals because it's not SAG.
Saying Friends, you'll make 12 cents if you get a residual.
Well, no, bro. My car commercial from Texas still airs. It's been 3 years. The amount of times that we would see it at Cut.
Oh, that's true.
Like for 3 years, I would have made some good money if I had a
English
residual
one or the
deal.
Spanish one?
The one where I'm driving the getting pulled over, not the crosswalk one. That one started airing after I left.
Oh, okay.
But when we both worked at Cut in the car commercial one, where I was getting pulled over, that shit's still airing 3 years later. So I'm like, if I was on residuals on that one, I'd be making a lot of.
That's a
fucking
government one though, so they really milk that until they can.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so I booked that, which was a lot of fun. Got to go home, got to visit my family, got to see some friends. Coincidentally, my friend Christos, one of my closest friends from back home, happened to be home that week as well because he was visiting his sister because she's in a play. And he was like, yeah, I didn't really have much going on this week, so I went to go visit my sister and see her play. Why are you home? I'm like, well, if you'd pay attention to my fucking stories.
You post a lot of shit though.
on everything, though. I'll post like a couple things on Snap, a couple things on Instagram. So I'm like, if he sees any of them, at least he'll see it once.
That's true.
But like, I was like, if you ever paid attention to my stories, you would see that I booked a commercial, so I'm home. And he's like, oh yeah, I wasn't
paying attention.
He's like, I wasn't paying attention, but I was talking to my mom about that. I'm like, yeah, it's this fucking week. So I got to see him. One of my other closest friends, Ty, we all met up and had a good time. So it was a lot of fun. Got to see my mom too, my dad, my brother.
Your family.
Yeah. But it was really nice. My dog. I love my dog so much. Adorable.
That is cool. Like,
it was
genuinely,
weird.
That's really cool. Obviously, it's not like a movie or a show or anything, but you book something.
I got out of my dry spout of not booking anything because it's been like
it was a year, right?
Of officially booking something through my agent. It was probably like a year and a few months. Yeah.
God.
Booking like the short films from casting networks and a couple of things at school, like those were just off of audition, but that's not through my agent. So that was still some good things. But like professionally booking, had been quite a bit. So it was nice. And then like I just keep getting a few more. It's just like the auditions have been flooding in more. So I feel like I've been getting more opportunities lately, which has been really nice. It's been keeping me busy, so it's still a little bit stressful, but it's exciting, and I've missed this. I've missed being able to audition as much and get as many chances to like show myself and be out there.
Yeah, you've been getting a lot lately.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Yeah, and some shit I've fucking never heard of, but there's some shit that's pretty cool.
But yeah.
So,
but the travel.
Okay, I was waiting for you to get into it. Go.
That shit was a bitch. So,
getting there.
First of all, my first flight was at 6 a.m.
Okay, hold on. What airline did you fly?
I had to fly Spirit before you even fucking judge me. It was the cheapest flight.
Context.
Out of every single airline to go home for 4 fucking days.
It's a few $100.
Not even 4 days, really. It was 3 full days, 1 morning. I was there for 3 days, 3 nights. And my shit was $457.
You know you can write that off, right?
I hope so, because that's $457 fucking dollars.
Not you hope so. You can write that off.
How? I don't know how to write shit off.
I am not explaining fucking taxes to you.
Well, you don't have to right now, just later. But my friend who was my tax person is no longer a tax person, so I don't.
Did he commit fraud? That is...
No, he just doesn't work for H&R Block anymore, so he doesn't do my taxes.
Okay.
But yeah. So first of all, my first flight, 6 a.m. I could make it if it wasn't 6 in the fucking morning.
LAX?
Yes.
Okay.
So obviously there's no traffic, but like it's so fucking early in the morning. I don't want to get that up that early. So it was hard getting out of bed. Thought I could make it there on time. Made it there with some good amount of time, but then getting through some fucking security.
Do you have pre-check?
No. But that early in the morning when I've had
pre-check is money.
I know, I need to, but like I've taken people to flights that early, and I've taken flights that early where I literally was in and out of security within 5 minutes.
At LAX?
Yes.
Okay.
That early in the morning during the week, not a lot of people travel really. It's more like arrivals. But
yeah, but the World Series.
That's true.
There was a day.
But it was during the World Series.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like people were already
maybe
here.
Those games were in New York.
Yeah, people were already here. The traffic was bad, but
I wasn't
not like flights and stuff. But yeah, I get there and miss my flight because security took for fucking ever. Like genuinely, something was wrong because there was a bunch of workers there. No, but like something went wrong because there was a bunch of things going on. Like the X-ray line was only one, so only one of them was working, which made it slow down so much more. But I made it to my gate as the doors said they were closing, but they was already gone. So they had an early departure, which also was just a little unfair. But
so you, but they got you on a different flight, right?
But yeah, they were able to get me on a different flight, but it was a fucking layover to Houston.
Oh yeah,
God, I fucking hate Houston. Anyways, so I deal with that, and then I get on my flight. I had a pretty good sleep, but I started off my flight listening to Chromacopia, which I thought was incredible album.
You were leaving when I was coming back, right?
I think so, because you were trying to see if we would.
Oh yeah.
If we would.
You landed literally right when I was taking off at DFW.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was great. Starting off my flight with Chromacopia, really really nice album. And then I took a probably hour and a half nap. Surprisingly, I really only had
Houston to DFW is an hour and a half.
No, my flight from here to Houston is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I downloaded it.
Oh, okay.
So that I could listen to it on the way there. But when I get there, I'm fucking half asleep because I just woken up from my nap and I'm just fucking tired. And I'm waiting in Houston for like an hour before my flight to Dallas. And there's just so many people that had been on a prior flight that had laid over into Houston as well.
Oh.
That were bitching and moaning and yelling on the fucking, like, all of them are on the phone with Spirit, like, customer service, and they're all yelling at each other. And then there's this one lady next to me who's just so calm, but she's saying the most vile things to this person.
Just calmly?
But just calm.
I'm going to kill your fucking family.
Not that crazy, but she's saying like the most vile things because her flight was, she was saying to the lady that her flight was damn near $1,000. It's been delayed 4 or 5 different times, so she's been stuck in Houston. This poor lady has been stuck in Houston for 8 hours in that same airline spot because they couldn't get another flight for her. And the only vouchers they gave her were 2 $30 vouchers. For an almost $1,000 flight, they gave her 2 checked bag.
I'd blow the airport
2 checked
up.
bag things. So she's like yelling at these people on customer service, but with the not like her words are yelling, but her demeanor is just, I've been in here for 8 fucking hours.
Yeah,
and it was just the funniest thing to see the 2 different dynamics. But I'm like, yeah, this is Houston. It drives anyone crazy. Whether you're from here or not, it drives anyone crazy. The workers, assholes. As always, I just don't like, I love Texas, but unfortunately, every single time I've gone to Houston, met somebody from Houston, it's just not a good experience. So for me, I just have a bad taste with Houston. But yeah, so the fucking workers there sucked. Everything was just whatever. And I get on my flight. It wasn't that long. Got to see my family. It was great. The fitting was great too, because the times between me and the other actor that ran the commercial messed up.
They messed the fitting up?
Huh?
They messed the fitting up? Or what did you say?
No. So the timing of me and the other actress, because she had a different spot than me. It was both English and Spanish commercial, but she had a different spot that was filming the same day in the same house. No, I was in my, like, what I'm saying is I had 2 spots for me, and she had like 1 or 2 different spots for something else.
Oh, okay.
So it was the same, like, I guess it's the same brand of commercials they're throwing out, but like just a few different spots.
Okay.
How? And so
these are not a chip teeth. They literally will. There's videos that, like, Taylor Swift, many people chip their teeth on these. They're indestructible.
Damn. Well, I didn't hit it that hard, but that just kind of hurt. I got too close. But yeah, so they like messed up our times to meet up. So I was supposed to be there at like 3. I was there 30 minutes early just in case. And they're like, can you come in here, like, start driving here now? I'm like, I'm already here. And they're like, oh, okay. There was just a discrepancy, and like the other girl's here right now, and we have to like get you guys fitted at different times. I was like, I can just walk in now. She's like, okay, yeah, let's get you started. So that, like, it was nothing crazy, whatever, but like because there was 2 of us getting fitted at the same time, it took a little longer. Yeah. So I was really only supposed to be there for like an hour, and I got paid for 2 hours, which is a little extra money for me. So I was like, my mom was being like, we should try to figure out like how to leave. I'm like, Mom, you don't understand, like,
more money
until they tell me.
Your mom went with you?
Well, she had to drive me because I don't have a car out there. And that's the dryer.
Shit my pants.
That's the dryer. But she had to drive me because she had to use the car. So she had to make sure that like she knew how long we were going to be out. Then she also just wanted to spend time with me because I was only there for 4 days.
My son's on set.
So I was like, you're not going to be able to come in the morning for the shooting, Mom, but like you can probably come to the fitting. They'll be fine with that. So she joined. She was able to talk to some of the people there too, which was nice for her. But at the end, she was like, "Should we ask if we can leave?" I was like, "No, Mom, you don't understand. They don't. I can't." I was like, "I can't leave until they tell me to leave. So I'm staying until they say something."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, more time, more money." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You get it, Mom." Yeah. But see, that was nice. And then we went to the mall, spent some time, got some Auntie Anne's because I love the.
Stonebriar?
Yeah, we went to Stonebriar, and I got the little mini hot dogs because I love those. And then she got dude, those are fire. Don't give me that fucking look. Those are fire.
It's a fucking uncooked hot dog in the middle of there.
It's not uncooked. They're good because the hot dog is cooked, and then the breading is.
Sometimes you bite into one in the middle's cold.
No, I've never had that. They're always warm and nice for me. But yeah,
a nice warm wiener. Yeah, there you go. Yummy yum. That's what Sebastian likes.
Shut up. Anyways, no, it's not true.
Yeah.
I hate you. I hate
what?
you. But yeah, so
It's wrapped.
oh my god, shut the fuck up. So we leave Stonebriar, I go home, and then that was the night that I hung out with my friends. But then, holy fuck, this flight back.
Dang it. Were you direct DFW to LAX home?
I wish. It was another one of those where I had to get a layover.
Oh, you were in Vegas.
Layover in Vegas. Was supposed to be an hour. Give me plenty of time to get off, get a snack, maybe some food, go to my gate, wait for them to start boarding. My flight from DFW got delayed by almost an hour.
Why?
Don't know. They didn't explain why. The time just kept getting pushed.
Oh, that's mechanical
getting
stuff,
pushed.
then.
And getting pushed. And the bridge wasn't ready yet. I guess one of the other Spirit flights got delayed as well, which was something that fucked it up. So they're like, the bridge is still being used, so we can't board yet. And it just kept getting pushed more and more and more. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm not going to make this other flight. So I start worrying, and I'm like, I start asking all these Spirit workers. I'm like, all right, guys, like, I'm starting to get worried. Like, I was going to have plenty of time, but now that this is being pushed, like, it's saying that the arrival time is damn near 5 minutes before my boarding starts. And I don't want to land when boarding starts, because then it takes probably 10 to 15 minutes to get off the plane, because people are fucking slow as shit. And
Were you in the back too?
And I was in the back both fucking times, yeah. So the lady was telling me, she's like, normally it takes about 10 to 12 minutes to get to the first exit row of people leaving. I was like, oh, I'm in the fucking back, like 3 exit rows back. It's just about to take damn near 30 minutes for me to get off the flight. And I'm already landing when it's boarding. And I'm telling all of this with so much concern to these ladies. And they look at me like I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's the point where I'm like, you're fine, Spirit.
Yeah, I'm like, can I please... Like, I know I've seen the flights. I'm like, I know there's another one in like an hour that's direct. I was like, can I please just get put on a direct flight later on so that I don't miss my layover and then get stuck in Vegas? Because I just can't, I can afford to miss the day, but I can't afford to miss anything after that. And I don't want to get it complicated. So please, is there another flight I can get put on? And they're like, what's your boarding pass? Let me check. The arrival time is still good, so you're good. And I'm like, I'm aware of that. But did you not listen to a single fucking word that I just said? Landing there is going to be fine, but I'm landing when it boards, and I'm like repeating this, and they're just not understanding. So then another worker looks. She's like, you'll be fine. And then I was like, I don't care if you guys say that I'm fine. Can I just please get put on another flight? They didn't help me. So then I go ask 2 other Spirit workers. They say the same thing. I go ask 2 fucking more. I'm at 6 Spirit workers at this point.
That's like 1 American employee.
And they're all telling me the same shit. They're like, no, your flight will land. You're going to be fine. So I was like, all right, if 6 of these motherfuckers are telling me that I'll be fine, I probably will be. Whatever.
No.
So as it's getting closer, I finally board the plane. I go to one of the attendants in the flight, and I'm like, okay, look, this is my situation. None of the people at the front were helping me. Can you give me a better, understanding of, how this is going to go? And even him, this is like the 7th person at this point, even him, he's looking it up, and he's like, yeah, we're arriving around the same time that the boarding starts, so you should be perfectly fine. And in the case that you miss your flight, they can put you on another one. And I was like, how far? And he's like, the next flight would be like an hour after that. And I was like, okay, that's not that terrible. And that's when I texted you, I might be missing the layover flight, so expect an hour delay or something. Finally get there, we board. This lady in front of me was also waiting to get on her layover flight, but it was a little bit different, like a little bit later that her boarding started. So she starts talking to an attendant, and I get it behind her, and I'm like, hey, I also have a flight that's about to start boarding. And she's like, when did it start boarding? I'm like, okay, I lied. It started boarding 10 minutes ago, and I'm trying to get to this gate.
You always lie in those situations.
I was like, okay, it's like 10 minutes boarded starting. She's like, well, honey, why didn't you tell me this before? I was like, I told 7 other fucking people this before, lady. But that's what I was thinking in my head. But she was so nice that I was like, well, I talked to 7 other of your coworkers, and
they did fuck all.
They did. One of them, I was like, they did fuck all. So I kind of tried to warn you guys, and it just didn't go anywhere. So she's like, oh, honey, sorry. Let me try this. And she's like, she calls the captain. She's like, someone's trying to get off their flight right now. So a few people started pushing, and then a bunch of people literally split the Red Sea. They're like, you can go. And I was like,
she pulls a gun out. Out the way!
But yeah, so people started letting me through, and I was like, all right, some people here have got some spirit. Let's go. This is great. And I finally run through. 2 other guys on that flight who were a little bit more ahead on the flight were also on that same flight as me to to LA.
Okay.
So it wasn't just me at the gate. There was like 2 or 3 other people also complaining about the same thing, but they were just like keeping themselves. They're like I just got off this flight and like it's right there, and they're saying like no, like the door's already closed. I show up, I see these 2 people here. I'm like, all right, I can't fucking do this anymore. I was like, I've talked to 8 other people. The bridge was still there. I could see it's still attached. They hadn't started the takeoff yet. The doors just closed. I was like, I'm not missing this fucking flight. I'm staring at my gate.
Open.
So I was like, today I'm just going to be a Karen. I don't give a fuck. And I show up. I was kind of rude, but I
sucker punch one of them.
I was like a little rude, but I was fucking fed up at this point. I pushed the guy out of the way and I was like, listen, lady, I don't give a shit what you have to do. I don't know if you have to call the captain. I don't know who you have to talk to, but I've been dealing with all this shit. I've talked to 8 other of your fucking employees, barely just got off my layover flight because they got delayed 7 different fucking times. I'm not going to be missing this fucking flight right now. So do whatever you want to do, press whatever buttons, call who you're going to call. We're not fucking missing this flight. And she was like, let me call the captain really quick. If they ask anything, they got here at 11:45. And I was like, thank you. And they finally let us on the flight. They opened the doors, let us in. And I was like, this is the one and only time that I am proud to be a Karen. But it fucking worked. I was like, there's situations you need to be one.
There are situations,
and this is the one time that I didn't feel any shame yelling at these motherfuckers. Because I was like, I don't care if you lose your hourly job over this. This is a fucking commercial. I can't miss this shit or be late to anything because if they don't have an actor on set that fucking day, there goes my chance to ever fucking work with that team and anybody that hired me.
You were leaving.
Well,
yeah, bitch.
Yes, but the intention is there, okay? The intention is there.
The good thing about the airport is no matter what, you take the truth and you lie your fucking ass off.
Yeah, well, the intention is there, okay? I may have...
You're like, I just filmed a commercial.
They don't have to know that. They could think that I'm just now filming it. It doesn't matter. But the point is, the intention was there.
But the thing...
Just like a good actor does with the monologue, you can lie your fucking teeth through it, but the intention has to be there for it to be believable. My intention was and it worked.
I think it goes both ways. Rightfully you had to, because we're poor. You flew Spirit. So the bad customer service you earned. It comes with the gig. Everyone knows. It's how it is. But
I had to pay for my crackers.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Spirit Airlines for you.
But on the other hand, they earned you going Karen on them. It's one of those things of like, you're going to get fuck all for service. Oh, yeah. But when you freak out,
it's well earned because
it's well earned on their part.
That shit takes your spirit away when you fly on the fucking airline.
Yeah. Yeah, I have never flown
I became
Spirit.
a shell from the Scooby-Doo movie where I'm just walking around and I was like, no, I can't.
There are moments when I truly believe there are times in life when people, like, when going Karen is earned. And it works. You have to be good about it, though. You have to, like, if you feel like a dick, you always kind of feel somewhat bad, but then everything that happened before, like, justifies it after a while. Because there are people that just freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
So my flight to fucking Iowa, and then I picked you up.
Yeah.
And then we got fucking...
Oh, my God.
What did we get for lunch? Shake Shack.
We went to Shake Shack, and then there was that fucking guy that just started yapping our ears off while we were eating.
Oh, my God. I forgot about that guy. The fucking guy. We were sitting...
Me and Landon start talking about...
We were at some mall for Shake Shack.
The Galleria.
No. We were talking about the... No, it was not.
Oh, it wasn't a Galleria?
No, it was in fucking Culver City.
Oh, I don't know. It's some random mall, but I've been there before. But it was really nice, and we just started talking about Marvel movies.
Dude, this guy.
And then we started talking about Doctor Strange, and this random fucking guy just out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah. I like the Doctor Strange movie.
Pops his head around, he's like, oh, you sure you like Doctor Strange? And I'm like, bro. Oh, God. And he starts like...
And he drops he goes, when they started throwing out the Spider-Man in that one Doctor Strange movie,
he starts
I was like, dude,
yapping
you don't
about
know what
random
you're talking
shit. Starts yapping about a bunch of different Marvel movies. Completely
like,
off context of what we were talking about. Because we were
dude,
talking about Agatha all along, and then I just started talking about the events of Doctor Strange.
And Venom.
But then he just fucking jumps in. And Venom as well. And then he just jumps in. And then starts yapping about shit.
Fucking guy.
But then he keeps saying, like, and let me tell you this. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you this one thing. He said that probably 20 different fucking times, and every single time it was some new point.
No, it's he goes, I'll just say this.
Oh, yeah, I'll just say this.
That's it.
I'll just say this.
Every time he said it, he was like, I'm ending the conversation. First time I was like, good, we're done. Sixth time I was like, I'm going to shoot this guy. He won't shut the fuck up. it was like, what the fuck?
But yeah, he just started getting into some pretty crazy topics about how films are made and stuff, and how he used to be this.
He was he was dropping like marketing 101
he was
knowledge on me.
He was trying to ask us how marketing works, but then he started dropping about like political points about how movies are made, and I was like, I am afraid that this dude is going to start talking about this year's election now, so we got to get the fuck out of here, and I had places to be. So genuinely, I was like, whatever. And then I just started standing up, throwing shit away. I went and bought a lemonade, bought some time.
The thing about me is, I
got back, started standing, pushed my chair, and then he finally got the fucking memo once Landon started standing up too. He's like, all right, you guys are leaving, but I'll just tell you this. And I'm like, oh, God, bro.
Thank God you were there. I seriously would have sat there all day. And just been like, oh, yeah, somebody blow my brains out. Like,
no, I had places to be.
You did have plans, which helped.
I had plans, and I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I got an hour and a half drive to do. I gotta leave.
One of the first things he said was, he goes, what did he go? Do y'all do, he said, like, do y'all do social media stuff or any online marketing or some question like that?
Oh, yeah.
If you would have looked at me and been like, yeah, my friend, he does some clips for some big podcasters, I would have shot you.
I wasn't gonna fucking say anything like that.
Dude, but I didn't know. In that moment, my fucking heart dropped. It was like, shut.
You think I want to entertain
face.
this random ass fucking guy?
Because this guy goes, oh yeah, what podcast you work for? I would have jumped off the third, like we were on the third floor. I would have fucking.
Yeah, you would have Liam Payne.
No! I knew we were gonna make that joke. Not a time. Not appropriate. But, yeah, that guy wouldn't shut the fuck up. And we finally fucking got out of there. But, I mean, it's one of those people of like, he's a nice enough guy. He definitely fucking had some screws loose. As somebody with a few, he had some.
Yeah.
But he was a nice enough guy. But after 10 minutes, I was like, all right, who the fuck are you talking to at this point?
He was just yapping our ears off at this point and lost us.
Yeah, because even you noticed at the end, I was just going, oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. You were on your, like, 16th. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You were on, like, your 10th. Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is going nowhere. And he just keeps saying, and let me tell you this. And he kept changing the subject every time.
Wasn't picking up on it.
Every time.
Nothing.
But yeah, I just thought it was crazy that every single time he said, and let me tell you, this was something new.
I was doing this a couple times too. I was going,
no, yeah, we were giving this motherfucker every possible social cue to let him know, I don't want to be in this conversation, 1. I have places to be, 2, and I already ate my food, 3, let me get the fuck out of here. And he just, let me tell you this.
I'm going to shit myself. I got to go. Fucking get out of my way.
It was like fucking Shane from The Walking Dead when he's like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. He was only missing the fucking head rub. Let me tell you something.
So, so yeah, you went to DFW, or you went to Dallas to film.
Yes.
And I went home.
Highland Park.
I went home for a not pleasant reason. Shit ain't going good.
Yeah.
But I was coming. Oh wait, I was on the way there, so I flew out of Burbank. Which, have you ever flown out of Burbank, dude?
No,
it's
I've only taken LAX.
Fucking magical.
Really?
You walk right.
How much are flights, though?
I have pre-check. They're a little more.
See, that's the problem.
They're marginally more.
I need to.
I think the parking's a bit more expensive because there's not as many options.
I won't park.
But I walked there.
I'm gonna fucking. I'll just leave my car at yours and fucking walk there.
Yeah, I walked there. So,
do you think I would ever get a ticket if that happened? If I left my car at yours?
You would. Well, it depends on where you park. If you park, you would get a street cleaning ticket.
God, I can't afford another one of those. Them bitches are like $73 fucking dollars.
But here's what I was thinking about actually.
Just to get them like
if you leave your car there, parking, like, if I'm gone for 2 weeks, parking is going to cost me $200. If I'm gone for 2 weeks, 1-2 street cleaning tickets, that's less.
That is true.
But anyway, so I flew out of Burbank.
146.
No, Burbank's parking tickets are only like $50-$60.
Oh, really? The one in downtown LA is $73 every time. And then I would get a fucking $25 charge because my front license plate's not there, even though I was told by the DMV because I don't have a case for it in the front.
Oh yeah, just put it in.
And I'm not about to fucking drill something into a car that I'm not keeping.
Yeah.
So I was like, no. And they told me to display it in the front. Every number, every letter is displayed perfectly fucking fine. And I've gotten 2 tickets at this point that says that my license plate is not displayed properly. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
You dispute those, yeah. or dispute those.
I actually don't even know if I have any parking tickets on my license right now. I haven't checked it in months.
God.
I know I don't have. I know I don't have street cleaning tickets, but I don't know if I ever paid those license plate tickets because I refuse.
You are supposed to dispute those, not pay them.
Well, I called them and they didn't respond. So,
Dude, you are a bozo.
I also just lost the papers. That's the problem.
So I flew out of Burbank, fucking cruised through. I got pre-check every time. It's like it's some fucking thing you pay for. Cruised through. I'm sitting. I told you some of this story, but I left most of it out. So, do you know what I'm going?
No, keep going.
Okay. So I'm waiting for my flight, watching YouTube, like fucking doing whatever, downloading stuff, downloading some videos so I can see if I can make clips on the plane.
Snakes on the plane.
I did. Fuck all. Didn't work at all on the plane.
Okay.
But downloading stuff, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I got my suitcase. I'm fucking sitting there on my phone. Oh yeah, and I look at the flight. I'm like, oh yeah, and I see these two people walk by. I'm like, huh? They look familiar. I look at them again. I'm like, man, they look really familiar. I'm like, oh yeah, they look a lot like the two members of one of my favorite bands, Magdalena Bay. I was like, that's crazy. Huh? Look back at my phone, and I go, hold on. Look at him. I look down. Look at him. Let me see something. I pull my phone out, open Google, the Googs, Magdalena Bay members. Boop 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 boop. Search. I look at the photo. Look at that. I look at the photo. I look at them. I'm like, oh shit, that's them. So I was super cool. It's probably the only situation where anybody, other than like premieres and stuff, just seeing people out in public.
Fuck.
So
The hell was that?
So I was like, that's so cool. I was like, and then that was part of me is still like getting the whole used to I live in LA thing of like everyone lives here.
Yeah.
So I was like,
dude, when I was with a friend of mine a few days ago, we just casually saw one of the fucking people from Glee. Just literally walking down the street, they're getting in their car, and I was like, I don't watch Glee. But she pointed it out, and I was like, this is a member from Glee.
That's cool.
I was like, what the? I was like, 2 years living here. I've gone to premieres. I've gone to events. It still isn't just casual to me that you're just gonna do that. You're just gonna casually walk by a famous actor or something and just be like, oh shit, it's them.
So
it's just crazy.
So I'm like, I don't get we're fine. I don't get particularly starstruck, but
unless I see a fucking actor that I thought was dead just come out of nowhere, and then I'd be like, no, I'm kidding. Paul Walker.
I don't get particularly starstruck. I've realized that it's not fame that gets me, like, starstruck is probably the best way to put it, or just really excited to see somebody. It's like how talented I think they are. I feel like the fame is like whatever. It doesn't matter how famous somebody is to me. It's like how talented do they think they are?
Dude, if I ever worked with... There's a few actors that I've thought about that if I've ever worked with, I don't know how nervous I would be. To be like, I have to... Not like I have to out-act them and be better than, but like... They've worked with some crazy people too. Like people like Cillian Murphy or even...
You're trapping famous people.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like... When I think about them, and I'm like, damn, their talent is crazy. They won an Oscar. I think about the actors they've worked with as well. Even guest stars, co-stars and shit. And I'm like, but that one show that had the really, really famous big actor that I wanted to work with, that I was pretty close to booking. Fuck, where was I going with this? I just forgot.
Yeah, you cut my story off.
Oh, yeah. You do that a lot, so shut the fuck up.
I know, but we're short on time.
Okay, but like when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I got pretty close to booking and it was exciting, but like imagine I booked the job. Yeah. Now I'm like, fuck. Now like the only time I have to prep is between now and when I first read that full script and first rehearsal.
Yeah.
To be like, I have to amount to at least this person.
Yeah.
In level of talent.
I have to feel like
so that I don't get kicked off, and two, the actor doesn't start being like, fuck, this guy sucks. Yeah. Get him another actor. Like, so I never thought about that, and I'm like, damn. That's just scary to think about.
Have you ever thought about the, you know what the 6 degrees of separation are?
No.
So, it's like, there's nobody on the planet that you are more than 6 degrees from.
Oh, like, yeah. You've told me about this, actually.
So, like, you know this person. Like, we know Jackson. Jackson has met...
And worked with.
Jackson has met Emily Osment. Likely. She has met Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus has met the president. I don't know. Maybe. You're only that far away. That was 4 or 5 connections.
True.
There's nobody on the planet. The theory is there's nobody on the planet that is more than 6 degrees away from you. And the thing that's starting to get crazy is the more we're out here, the less degrees we have. Which is like,
oh yeah.
Like I know this person and I know they've met this person or they know this person. And then you realize you're 3 degrees away from like a huge fucking star.
One of the stars of my favorite shows of all time.
What show?
Better Call Saul, Sir Bob Odenkirk.
Oh,
Lucky
yeah,
Hank.
that's one.
I'm like, this man not only met him, worked with him on multiple episodes, and I'm like, holy fuck, that's
like,
one of my favorite shows of all time is Better Call Saul.
Yeah. And that means you're 2 degrees away from Bryan Cranston. Like, it's like
Were
that.
you, I don't think you were with me, but I met, didn't meet, but I saw at the premiere Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul. They were both there.
No, that wasn't when I was at. I remember you told me about that.
It was the Fallout one. I was with my friend Luke.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
But shit, what was I gonna say? Yeah, but that's like the thing of being in LA is like once you start to make enough connections, you very quickly realize why people are like, this is a nepotism, why it's always networking, is because it really is just about who you know. Because the fact that like we're only a few degrees away from huge people, it starts to become like a who you know game, which is always what they say. I'm gonna finish my story next episode, so I'll leave you with the cliffhanger. So, I'm looking at my phone. Boop 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 boop. Hold on, those are the 2 people in Magdalena Bay, one of my favorite bands, and they just put a new album out. That's fucking killer. It's so good.
I'll have to check it out.
I've sent it to you.
I still will have to check it out. I've had this conversation with you.
Yeah,
You
I
send
know.
a lot of things that things get buried.
I know.
Motherfuckers a yapper more than me.
I love the album. It's so fucking good. But, so I'm looking. My flight's about to board. And I'm sitting there, riddled with anxiety. Should I say something? Because this is seriously, in my life, the only opportunity where I've in person seen somebody that I heavily admire. Like, never met a celebrity in person before this. Other than, like, at premieres and stuff. Yeah. And that's, like, that's a little different. But in public, this is the only situation. So I'm sitting there riddled with anxiety of, like, should I say something? And that's it. I'll fill you in next episode. Yeah. Plugs? Stream Black Coffee.
Stream Black Coffee.
Where can they find you? Where can we...
Instagram __ Sebastian _M. I will be changing that eventually.
That's really your username?
Yeah.
That's rough.
I wanted Sebastian M, but it was taken. So then I had to put other stuff in it. But yeah, __ Sebastian _ And then
subscribe.
TikTok is SEB _MIQ.
Subscribe again. Follow me on everything. Stream My Music is the big one. Yeah. I don't know what else, but
look out for my face on your television screens, guys. Cricket Wireless.
Yeah.
In Spanish too, and English.
Yeah, I think that's it. I've been your future favorite pop star, Landyn Zane.
And I, as always, have been Sebastian Miquilarena. Hopefully.
We need to come up
your
with
future favorite actor.
You need a tagline. That's not your future favorite. That's mine.
I can also fucking say future favorite actor.
We'll come up with the tagline for you.
I don't want a tagline. That's corny.
You don't want to fucking... You just want to say, I'm Sebastian Miquilarena.
Yeah.
But I've got the...
I don't know. I think a tagline's corny, but if we...
I'm corny.
I'll figure one out.
I think that works for me.
I'll figure one out, but I think it's corny.
I think that's it. Yeah. This is, as it will always be, your favorite podcast, for the record. Bye.